Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, recent research shows that pet owners are increasingly favouring smaller breed pets, like small dogs and cats. Maybe it's the convenience of a smaller breed being easier to take care of, or the independence of a cat that appeals to pet owners. Either way, everyone has their own opinion. So we visited a popular park in Cape Town to find out what people's thoughts were on this movement.
I do think that smaller pets are becoming more popular just because you can take them everywhere with you and they're super fun, and yeah, they become more of your life as opposed to just having a pet.
I definitely think it is becoming more popular for people to own smaller breeds because especially young people, we're living in apartments and flats. We don't have houses, so we don't have space for these pets to run around. So smaller breeds work well in flat spaces, like cats and dogs, little dogs, cute like little poms and stuff. But I personally own a cat and he lives very happily in my apartment.
We've always lived in Cape Town and we've always had these small little miniature Maltese poodles, and the reason why is because we have these dog doors and we get the dog to come in and out of the door, which means that when we're not home the dog can still go outside potentially.
I've noticed a lot of differences between the breed sizes. Like the smaller dogs are definitely much more attached and look to me for protection when I'm walking them in the park, and whenever a big dog runs up to them they just come running back to me, whereas the big dogs are love to go on adventures, they love to go on hikes, they always want to explore, they're very into their noses and looking like what's out there and like what they can sniff out, whereas the small doggies are much more attached and, you know, they just want to be cuddled all the time.
I'm pretty sure that it's easier to have a small dog. Like she drives on the scooter with me because she's still small, so that's easy. But if she would be bigger, then I can't drive with her on the scooter anymore. I'm pretty much gonna have to walk her.
They need less exercise, I guess, because I mean, if for a cat, for example, this is big enough, or even the space in the flat for them to run around like crazy. Whereas a big dog, you have to take out and walk, of course. So.
In terms of exercise, he has a laser, which is his favorite toy. So I turn the lights off in my flat and I point the laser and I run him up and down my flat with it. It's so much fun and he loves it.
But I think small dogs are less expensive than big dogs because big dogs require more food and whatnot.
There's less shampoo, less food, less of everything.
If you're living in a small apartment, then you're going to be sharing the space with another creature. So having a small dog around is going to be a lot easier than cohabiting with a big animal.
Yeah, so I think the onus on pet owners who want to have animals and live in a block, a lot of them, the consciousness is already moving to small animals like cats or small lap dogs.
At Pedigree and Whiskas, we've been able to happily integrate our fur babies into the Afternoon Express family. And don't forget that if you'd like to see more of our cuddly stars, Donut and Baxter, you can follow them on Instagram and keep up to date with both their on and off screen antics.
Whiskas, feed their curiosity.
Now, a sad truth about being a dog owner is that they grow really old, and euthanasia is a decision that many dog owners eventually have to face. Often when dogs become old and sick, they are put down, but sometimes they still have a lot of life left in them. So if they've just given the proper love and treatment, then they can have a good life still. So Dora is one such pet who was handed in to be euthanized by her owners. Rachel from Sidewalk Specials managed to intervene, and now Dora is looking for a loving home. How are you, Rachel?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Lovely to see you here
Thank
again.
you.
So Kirby from last week was adopted.
She was. She went to her home yesterday.
Oh, that's so lovely.
The dog loves her. Children love her. It's got a video of her running around like a lunatic, so happy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It must be so gratifying to you when you see a dog go to a happy home.
Especially when it's the right home, when you're just like, yes, they did need a dog friend. Yes, she gets to cuddle with the kid at night. Yes, and everything in you is just like, oh, happiness.
Because you go through quite a process, I suppose, before you hand over a dog.
We do, and we are like, people say, why is the rescue fussy? And it's like, well, we heal them, we love them, we really care about them, and you want to know they're somewhere safe and they're somewhere happy. Yeah. So we have application forms, home checks. You'll constantly be getting texts like, hey, how's Kirby? Can we have a photo? Because, we just want to know that they're happy. If they're happy, we're happy.
Yeah. Now, I think it's probably easy for... Come, Dora. Oh, sure. You know what? It's because we've got so many animals in and out in here. She can obviously smell them.
She can smell the chicken.
Yeah, that's true. So I think it's probably easier for a lot of puppies to get adopted first. What happens in the case with an older dog?
Well, with Dora, she came into us very sick. So sick, I think even most rescues would have said no.
Really?
But
what was wrong with her?
She had papillomavirus. Her mouth was full of warts. She had sarcoptic mange, so she had no fur. And she smelt so bad. Bless you, but you did. And yeah, so it took us about 3 months to heal her up. That's how she used to look.
I mean, how did she get to that point?
You know, no inoculations for her, no inoculations for her parents, no nutrition.
Oh no, that's devastating.
No. So she came to us like this, and you can see all those warts in her mouth. That's what took us so long to heal.
My heart is broken.
And thankfully for Vet Point and her foster, who really spent 3 months trying everything they could to heal her.
It's a completely different dog now.
Exactly.
But what had happened, like, did the owners bring them to you, or how did you find her?
She was out in Tulbach, and it was a reported incident of a very sick dog, and a small local rescue there went and collected her, but didn't have the means to help her. And that's when it's useful for us to not have a shelter like we don't. We use foster homes, so we don't have overheads, we don't have staff wages.
Yeah.
We can spend any donations on vetting, so we could say yes to her. We weren't aware of quite the process it would take, because it was nearly 4 months of treatment. But yeah, she had her first vax. She's ready to go. She's sterilised. She loves dogs. She loves cats. She loves people. Very clever little doggy.
And At what point do dogs get euthanized?
For us, if they've got no quality of life, like if she was happy all along, she had to have operations and and we were all, is what's too much? When's too much? But her tail never stopped wagging. She loved food. She loved her friends. She loved her foster. And it's like, if you're happy, we'll keep trying. The only point we will euthanize a dog is if they have no quality of life or if they're dangerous.
Yeah.
Dora was neither.
And how is Dora? She looks so beautiful and so healthy now compared to what she looked like. And obviously, I think with maybe some concerns that some people may have is that if she is sickly, but she's not. She's
not.
Great. She's been treated.
By this stage, she will have the strongest immune system. Really? And that's all it was really, is that her immune system was so low, she couldn't fight anything. So that's why it took so long, so much good food. We did natural herb medicines with her. We did all sorts just to get her immune system up. Yeah. And now, as you can see, perfectly healthy, super clever, totally grateful.
What breed is she?
People keep asking her. Her vet card says Collie Cross.
Okay.
So maybe Collie with a very, very skinny Jack Russell.
Very, very, very sweet. What kind of home would be best for Dora?
I'd say somebody active, somebody who wants affection, because wherever you are, she wants to be on your knee.
Yeah.
But she can also go for runs. She can also play, like I say, she plays lovely with other dogs. She ignores cats mainly. She's very athletic. Like, she'll be up on top of all the couches. She loves to play around. So yeah, she's actually a very easygoing dog.
And what is the process that somebody needs to go through in order to adopt her?
To give the rescue an email, contact@sidewalkspecials.org. We'll send you an application form. Then we'll follow up with a home check, and we'll go through first application, second application, until we find the right home for her.
Yeah. Oh, I hope you find a home, gorgeous Dora the Explorer. Oh, if anyone out there really does need a loving little pet, then I think Dora would make a great addition to any family. I think it's always a better idea to adopt. Really, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely gorgeous. Hey, Dora.
They're cute, they're cuddly, and they're TV stars. Baxter and Donut, the adorably fluffy four-legged members of the Afternoon Express family, are sharing their daily adventures on social media. To see what Baxter and Donut get up to behind the scenes, follow The Adventures of Baxter and The Adventures of Donut on Instagram.